Hey, good evening. This is Nicolina Nix. You're listening to another episode of Women, Wit, and Wine. Tonight, we are having the amazing Mary Byrd here with us. I titled it "Taking the World by Storm" because I saw a picture of her in a little storm outfit, and
you are very kind.
And really, what it was is, when I saw the picture, I see you as this taking the world by storm, the comedy world by storm, as a force to be reckoned with in regard to the comedy world, of how dedicated you are and how active and
thank you.
And I am in absolute awe of all that you accomplish out there in the comedy world. Again, I'm here with Judith Edwards,
hey.
My co-host. My guest, Mary Byrd. We're drinking caged and unoaked Chardonnay.
It's delicious.
And I thought about the wine as to, again, it's a little bit Bluebird comedy, a little bit. And Mary Byrd is, you will never be caged.
No. I would say the bird is definitely out of the cage and free flying.
Free flying.
Yep.
Free flying. I have had a great summer. And I've enjoyed watching a lot of my friends do great stuff.
I know you just did a show on Saturday, and I thought about going to it, and then when I kept going to the link that said tickets, donate, it didn't really tell me. It took me somewhere else.
Oh no, that's horrifying.
And
I have to find that out. So you tried to go to Don't Pretend You're Normal.
Yeah.
Still keep trying.
Yeah, I was gonna
keep trying. It is so much fun. It is so hard.
Yeah. So
hard.
Is it?
It is, because I'm surrounded by just amazing musical talent, and I don't have that. I'm the crazy host.
But
it is fun. It's timed. It's very, very rigorous.
So you're talking about the improv talent, is it? Because isn't it mostly an improv
It's
thing?
mostly music.
Oh.
6-part harmony. It's what Saturday Night Live meets Pitch Perfect. The songs are hilarious, the sketches are funny, but the way that they sing, the first time I went to a rehearsal, they had been rehearsing for weeks.
Yeah.
And it's an ensemble cast, so there's like 18, people, but 6 of those will perform with a host at any given venue. And it was magical. The harmony, because it's like they had, a bunch of basses, a bunch of just all these 6 parts, and it was like an organ being inside of it. Very exciting, very magical, and I'm learning a lot.
Nice.
I've had some great directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, great directors. Jessica Osborne, Jessica.
Oh, I love Jessica.
The Jesses. Yes.
I know Jessica Osborne from a year. I've known her for over 10 years, actually.
She is a Wonder Woman. With Jessica Walks.
Yeah.
And the stage managers.
Mm-hmm.
So, Terry Klein and Kristen Savilli. So creative, just watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
So,
Jessica Walks and I did improv together. We did improv classes together.
Yes,
My life is an improv.
So their sketches are all really, really good. The improv is fun. So I do all the games and the in-between and stall for them to get them into place and chat with all of the people, and that's really fun.
Right.
So it's a very personal kind of entertainment and dinner.
And who started this?
Experience. I believe it was Jessica Hannah Walks and Jessica Osborne.
Okay.
Brain children.
Okay. Have you done any improv classes?
My name is Mary, so I'm not going to say yes. At first. Improv is very hard for me. So I have taken classes. I need to take more. Mm-hmm. It gives you a confidence that is, it's different than just stand-up. Stand-up is really hard. Depending on other people and hitting timing and other things is so hard.
Right.
Yeah. And the rules, and that's how I got into comedy, was looking for acting classes, and I found improv classes. So I took the improv classes, and then I took, one set, and then I took another set, and that's how I met Jessica. But and then the next class was a stand-up class, so it wasn't my intention. But yeah, it's the rules, and I find it very stimulating. I'd like to go back and do it again.
Right. Yeah.
Brain. You have to be on your feet.
I've never done improv.
Oh, you do improv every time.
I know. That's what I said. My whole life's an improv.
Yes, and. You have to yes and very well.
They're fun, they're different, and it's stretching me. Like I said, I am learning so much. Just like watching them warm up for vocals.
Now, are you hosting it?
I'm the host.
Okay.
So I'm one of the hosts.
Well, you're one of the, so there's a couple of hosts.
Yes, so we're an ensemble cast because everybody couldn't make every show.
Okay. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a very
good
idea.
It's really smart.
So you can kind of...
There's amazing talent.
You could probably go see it and not see the same people twice.
Yeah. And they'll be changing the script up every couple of months.
Wouldn't you say that keeps it fresh?
Absolutely. And the different actors, how they play different parts, will change it up.
Yeah.
So amazing actor. We had an illness and she just covered Jeannie Hawks. And boom, had the choreography, had all of the parts of this other person.
That's
great.
That's always good to have an understudy.
No, she isn't. She just usually sings mezzo-soprano. I believe the parts, like I said, I came from a musical background, but it was pit band, orchestra, musical.
Right. I was a flautist.
Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
That they make this incredible music with their voices.
So you're a musician?
No.
Okay.
I grew up in a musical family.
Now, did you play an instrument?
I did. I played oboe, English horn, piccolo, and flute.
That's awesome.
So my dad was a professional musician. It's hard to compete with that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but no.
Yeah.
No. That's why I love to go see live music around town. It's just like, wow. Especially guitarists. It's like a cat with strings. How do you do that? It's amazing.
You don't think you could learn guitar?
I could learn anything I wanted to, but I'm busy now.
I'm going to say you're busy. So, question. So, musical family. So, obviously, artists. You grew up with people that were artistic.
Indeed.
So, how did you get from an oboe and a flute to telling jokes?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, you woke up one day.
That's like way in the last century.
What
I played a musical instrument.
But still, I did the same thing too. I played not probably anywhere near the quality. I am not musical, but I did play an instrument as well. I was in the band 7 years, whatever, flute and piccolo.
It's fun.
But it was just kind of like you learn to play an instrument. But I did not have a creative family. So how did you? At what point? When was the first time you did comedy?
I don't know. It's October of 2004. And I'd have to really look it up. When I went to Laughs. Yeah. So
So you got up on stage on Laughs? Was it an open mic type of thing?
It was, where you had to bring people.
Yeah.
I had not gone to a class. I had gone to a few of those open mics just to see.
Just to watch. Yeah.
To watch. And I just wrote one and I was like, but I also, a few years before, I had a cousin come through who was a traveling comedian, Paul Cardozo.
Okay.
And it was like, holy crap, that's a job. And then I went on a cruise with my mom, and I saw a comedian on a cruise ship, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a job.
It's a job.
That's a serious job. It's really, really hard.
It's hard to, I know.
It's 100 minutes of nothing repeating.
Right. It's a hard. It seems like it would be a hard thing because you do have to have your two shows. You have to have your clean act. You have to have your adult act.
That's why we start at open mic.
Yeah.
And we do wonderful shows around
the
city, and then I'm going to Denver, working at the Zephyr Lounge with Jimmy Abeda. I'm really excited. August 19th.
Cool.
Nice.
Hey, that's my birthday.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of birthdays, we got a big show.
I know we do have a big show. That's kind of
the August baby birthdays. A bunch of August babies are on that, and I didn't realize it.
Oh, yeah. Really? Wow.
Yes. So it's you and Judith and myself, and Goldie is an August baby.
Okay.
I think there's a trend there. I think there would be something with Leo.
Leo's into comedy.
Performing and Yeah.
So that is going to be fun. I'm really excited. Kevin Kennedy is a sweetie. He has always supported women in comedy.
Yeah.
He really has. It's like,
I have to say,
can I do this on this show? Sure.
That's pretty cool.
I have to thank him. And he's like, that's a great idea because we don't get to do it very often.
No,
And not have like a bunch of us just having fun.
Yeah,
So,
and that's that's definitely kind of what the goal is to get us as female comedians out there and to be taken seriously and to be to
go back to a question you asked me is I did my first set like in October of 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Then my father died in December, and I did his eulogy, and that's when I was like, "This is my calling," because there was like 800 people laughing on a really sad day.
Right?
Yeah.
This is
something I need to do. How old was your baby at that time? Did you have your baby yet?
My son
2004.
was,
Yeah, you would have had your baby.
Yeah, he was 7. So I did a lot of family comedy.
Nice.
A lot of.
No, and you were married still then at the time.
Yep, I've only been divorced for 3 years.
Yeah, it's not been very long.
Yeah.
When I promoted the Women, Wit, and Wine this afternoon on my feed, I don't know if you noticed it, but I called you the Unstoppable Mary Byrd, kind of in honor of your Denver connection. The Unstoppable Molly Brown, kind of thing.
Thank you very much.
But no,
don't jinx me, man.
No. This is not a jinx. This is actually a homage, and I'm not like puckering up my lips for your derriere. I'm serious. One of the things I remember hearing you say when I first got started a few years ago was like, you know what? My ex told me I wasn't funny, and I was just, and the determination, and of course, the sound of your voice, the determination, and the look in your eye was like, yeah, she's right. No matter what anyone tells you, you need to go forward. And we hear that message we can hear that message from women, right? I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but to be in a field like here I was like, what the hell am I doing this for myself? Like, why am I trying this? I'm stupid. I mean, like, why am I even putting myself out there at this point? And then I heard you say that, and I'm like, if she could have the balls to say, while still married, like someone putting them down.
I was married for almost 10 years as I was doing stand-up.
Yeah, and not getting encouragement.
Not getting encouragement. In fact, getting flat out sabotaged.
Exactly.
I think that happens to a lot of us in relationships in general. Even we're definitely sabotaged. I mean, for me, it's like I had the opportunity to go into the film industry doing special effects makeup. And, but unfortunately, I was in a position to where I wasn't in a financial position just to do it alone. I was kind of having to rely on somebody else. But then that person wasn't that supportive. It was like, well, you got to get clients first. I said, I'm a special effects makeup artist. I got to provide product first.
It is a chicken and an egg. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, I want to do this, but this means I got to go to all kinds of open mics. Right. It's a 10-year process to even, actually get on a paid stage for most people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is legitimately, and I was like, so I'm starting now. Because when our kid goes to college, won't this be fun? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, but he'd never really thought I was funny. He said lately that he thought I was, so
that's a compliment,
Yeah.
And I am. I'm really fucking funny.
And I are.
But beyond funny, one of the things I want to say beyond funny is you're making a brand. You're making a brand for yourself, Bluebird.
Oh, Bluebird. Yeah. Bluebird comedy.
Yeah, no, you're making a brand. Also, Mary, you're Mary Byrd as comedy, but also Bluebird as backup. And also, you are the hostess with the mostest. Like, you have done a lot of emceeing for community events.
I like that.
That's a lot of fun
to get out. And
it's always good to have a stage presence, I mean, if you can have a stage presence, then that's definitely a plus. I mean, for me, it's like I've done things sporadically, and I've kind of heard the whole thing. You have a great stage presence, and it's like,
yes,
thanks. Of course, my ego wasn't like out there for me to go to feel grateful. for the fact that somebody was giving me that compliment. It was always like, yeah, whatever. You know how when you start, you kind of beat yourself down a little bit. We're even our own worst enemies sometimes.
I don't see you as having that issue.
No, I don't see you as having that issue. But
I'm 13 years in now, so and I have been through some shit.
Yeah.
I would like to, like stage presence to me is something you can't really teach. You
It
can
all
a
takes
little
practice.
bit.
It takes years and years of practice.
You can a little bit. Yeah, the mechanics of look and smile, but there is that
the comfort
something.
level.
There is that
comes
spark.
with being. It's like, I've invited you into my living room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking out loud. That's
Right.
the kind of fun process of self that you get when you have done it a bunch of times. Because there's some great people who have been out. I know someone who's been doing it for like 3 months. And he is really, really funny.
Yeah.
For about 7 minutes. Which is amazing to have that much
That
time.
7 minutes, right.
It really is.
Because that takes a while
Just
to
like
build.
It does.
And then
it is.
Mhm.
And, it's like,
and I do. I think we have people out there that are still out there who have been out there for 10 years, 20 years, still haven't mastered where they should be.
You don't. You just keep polishing.
You just keep polishing,
Hopefully
but
you're changing and growing and,
Yeah.
trying stuff.
Well, constantly
that scares
learning.
you,
Yeah.
like dinner theater.
right.
I do have probably almost an hour of material, but I've never had the opportunity to deliver it. But it's nice to know it's there. So that's one of the things that's come with time is to know like how many bits it takes, kibbles and bits
I got
to build.
called to do a show, and I had been on that same venue the week before,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I know there will be people who were there last week.
Right.
Gotta have new
I
stuff.
have got to agree. I'm going to do a new set, totally different set, different jokes they may have heard in different places, but
Right.
it was not a single repeat from the previous week, and I am
Amen,
proud
Mary.
of that.
That's
That
an
I
that's
do
good.
have. It's like, oh yeah, I did 15 last week. I'm going to do like 12 this week. You heard almost half an hour of different stuff.
Yeah.
So
Now I read. Reading. I read all the time. I'm a lazy reader. I audible a lot.
that's not lazy. That's
but-
just going with your favorite mode of learning.
But for certain things on how to improve stuff, I will read articles and things like that. One of the things about articles is when we're practicing our craft, it's the repetition that makes it better.
is.
And for me, I'm a little neurotic. I'm neurotic, and I feel like I have to do something new all the time.
Well, the trick is if you go to different open mics
Mm-hmm.
and some of the non-comedy open mics, because for a couple of years there was a herd of us. We could go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it was like, okay, I'm going to pick something, and I am going to say this 90 seconds 4 times, whether people like it or not,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to fine-tune it and work on it.
Right.
Maybe do it that same piece and then plug it in. Where does it go into the set? And really have a chance to polish the same thing. Doing multiples in one night is my favorite.
Yeah. I mean,
Totally
but
different crowd.
unfortunately,
totally
we
different set
don't
of
really,
people.
we don't
I'm gonna do
have that now. We have at least
double on a Monday.
we have
double on
3. It
Yeah.
seems like Tuesday. Where's Tuesday?
Tuesday, press club.
I know
Press
press
You
club.
have to be a member, or have a member sign you
Mhm.
in. The press club is wonderful.
Right.
Mary Byrd is there
Yeah.
behind the
I
bar.
like the venue.
I love
It's
that
a
venue.
sweet feeling to me when I walk in there. I haven't been there much, but I like the vibe of the building.
Red Door.
Red Door.
Red Door.
Yeah,
Music
but that's
one
Wednesday.
on Monday. But sign up there and then go downtown to Back Alley.
It's
and
Wednesday.
See John Cuellar and Kevin Baca.
Yeah. I know that.
The comedy one is Wednesday downtown,
Okay.
but the music one, who's
Yeah, that's
very
the Red Door
kind
that I go to.
comics, is Monday.
Yeah, that's when I normally go to.
Love Red Door on Monday.
They're
That one actually gets me out on a
listening.
work. That gets me out on a work night. I have to admit it, and it's. I like hearing the music. I like the fact that some people are there for music, so we have some of my virgin ears, for the material.
What I find is that the music venues, they are already listening.
Yes.
They're already listening.
Amen, sister, on that.
Whereas we have to grab that crowd at a comedy open mic, and that's the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who are there, the people who it's kamikaze comedy, but at back alley they have a great crowd, and people are there for comedy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They are there, so those guys have done a great job of
So
keeping that one going and birthing a whole bunch of new comedians. And that's fun.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nicolina.
Go ahead.
Worst open mic ever. The worst one you ever did. The worst open mic experience you ever had.
Oh, like bombing?
Either bombing or the audience or the genre.
I bombed really bad at the Guild just a couple weeks ago. Sorry, Matt Peterson.
Really? What?
Bomb at least once a week somewhere. Well, bomb. It's just been a while, but I suck daily.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. That's why I work so hard.
That's how you get better at.
What was your worst open mic? It doesn't have to be, that you bombed or the venue or what happened. A worst open mic experience.
I know, I just think it's, for me, the worst open mic is that, when you're going and you find that you go a couple of times in a row and you keep ending up being last at the end of the night.
And everybody has wandered away.
And everybody's wandered away. That, to me, is a worst open mic. When you put me at the end of the night. I'm not asking you to, I don't want to go first. I mean,
I love going first. I'm going to set that bar.
There you go. Okay.
I'm going to drink the whole rest of the night.
So there you go. So maybe I need to take But for me, it's like I kind of like to at least be like third, fourth in.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot. We all know that's the sweet spot.
No, I mean I'm not saying the idea, but as long as I'm not like 25. And then when the response is when you say something, for the last 2 weeks you've kind of put me last, and the response that I got that night was, I just don't get your comedy.
No, I went to one in Scottsdale, and it was a good open mic, but I was 40th.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hey, that's endurance.
40th.
But that's also a bigger town than what we are in Albuquerque.
Yeah, the Phoenix metro area. That was a fun trip.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip. I am going with the amazing Angora to Portland.
Yeah, that's a real
week
good
after Labor Day. Yeah. I'm so excited.
You're gonna fly up there?
I have been. I've got my feathers out, my wings.
Woohoo!
Yeah, yep. We are going to be up there, so look out, Portland. You've been warned.
Yeah, my worst open mic experience. I've had those where I was last, and I've had those where no one's laughing, or I stepped on my own fence line. But the worst one, I don't know if you were there that night, but we were doing, Cuellar was doing an open mic at the bar on Minal, little neighborhood bar.
Louis.
Oh gosh,
and it was a wake.
Crowd.
We got there and it was a wake.
I was
people
there.
showed up and they were having a wake. The bar agreed to do a wake for this guy who had been a bartender, and they're like, we arrived like there's a wake going on basically. So, but they said they wanted us to do it.
Laughing.
So we had to get up and do, and several of us made homage to hey, here's to you, buddy. Started our set with a cheers. They had as big as Nicolina's poster here on the wall. What is that, 3 by 4 foot picture of him on it was a total full ass wake. And
that
it was we're supposed to get up and do jokes. Okay.
I can tell you my worst show that I did.
We were noble. We were brave. And it was tough. That was a tough crowd.
It is tough. Talk about a tough crowd. I did a show at Christmas. I did a private party at Christmas. And, sitting there talking to the people, I had a great rapport and blah, 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 and they really liked me. But they neglected to tell me a lot of those people were religious.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
So,
oh, dear God.
I wanted to say...
Christ in heaven, I forgot my Jesus jokes.
I used some Jesus jokes. The guy, they had no... And then there was a teacher there, and she just told me how much she hated me because I was making the no kid joke kind of thing. She goes, I bet you kids hate you too.
Lovely.
And it was just a hard room, and I wanted to say, let me give you your money back because I think you need to buy these people a magician next year so they can pull their humor out of their ass. But it was hard.
You're collecting money. Really? We'll take our money.
I know. I was like, I walked out of there and I was pretty depressed because I just, because we get good responses, and then to have that one that doesn't give you the good response because everybody is kind of like I said, they were like religious freaks. And it was just kind of like, had I known that, it totally would have been different.
Because you have a bunch of material.
I do. I had an hour's worth of material, and I just felt like I was freaking dying up there. I wasn't killing it or murdering it. I was fucking dying.
And
I was sitting there going,
heard the crickets.
I was sitting there saying, can somebody fucking give me the lighting so I can get off the stage?
No.
But I walked out of there and I was pretty bummed, and it took me about 3 months before I got back out to do an open mic. And I mean, I let it bother me.
I think that's when you have to go immediately to get that bad set.
I agree, but it wasn't a bad set because it was like my normal sets, but it was a bad set for them.
It wasn't a good fit.
Go, I know this is funny, and I'm going to go to Red Door
Mm-hmm.
and do the same thing.
And
I know that this is funny.
But I was like,
And thy audience is so important.
I think that's very important. But again, I didn't have that warning that that's the type of personalities they had, and it was like,
well, it's interesting just doing Santa Fe
because I
they're
couldn't.
significantly more conservative than Albuquerque.
Do they have open mics in Santa Fe?
No, the shows
Oh.
at the lodge
shows,
they have sense of humor, but it's significantly more conservative.
Yeah.
To Colorado Springs, I have a different perspective than when I go to Denver.
Are they? Is Colorado? Is Colorado Springs they kind of conservative?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is very conservative.
There's a very huge religious
well, that's
center
only in
there.
the last 20 years, but it's a big military town. The infantry is there. Fort Carson Air Force Academy is there. Peterson Field.
Oh, so you got a lot of engineers.
We have. It's just
Focus on the family
wonderfully
is there.
conservative. Yes, focus on the
Family is there.
Yeah, that would be hard for me.
Pueblo, it again is rowdier than Denver in some respects.
It's funny.
They are a fun town. I like Pamela Sterner down in Pueblo, P-Town.
I made a friend in.
Okay,
apparently, I made a
okay.
friend in New York, and he thought I was in New York because he was asking me to do a show Saturday night. And I went, I'd love to do the show. However, I'm in New Mexico doing my own show.
It's like, damn it,
Because it was going to be paid. I said, but I'm not. I've been known. I'm crazy enough to get in my car and drive now.
Yeah. Like Magic Road Trick. I
had two offers out of New York
Long
last
Island
year, and it was like from Gig Salad.
Okay.
So you guys, you do see Albuquerque, New
Right.
Mexico.
Yeah.
I will be known to drive 500, but
So here's my question: is it worth
I
paying?
feel
Okay, I'm on Gig Salad, but I'm a free member right now. Is it
Mhm.
worth the paying for
I
it?
don't
Do
know.
you pay for
I
it?
don't pay.
You don't pay for it. Because in some instances, I wonder about that. Is it worth paying for a membership to one of these things?
I think in some instances, you have to think about: do you have time to commit 100% to really go?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it might be because then everything's a write-off until you're saying, hey,
Well, I know everything's a write-off.
write-off.
Everything I do for the show this stuff is a write-off. My equipment, the wine.
Yes,
You know what I was-
you're business women too.
Yeah. Well, and also, would you say too? You have to have like a repertoire of material, like clean, clean, and be able to do like anywhere from like a 10-minute set all the way up to like a 45-minute. Not and then when you're ready to headline, I'm not discussing that for myself at this time, but headlining is typically an hour, correct?
It's typically 45
minutes.
That's what I was going to say. It's less than an hour.
Minutes, yeah. So be able to do.
And depending on how many people are on the show.
And I think it also depends. It depends on
30 to 45 minutes.
Casino is like 30 for a feature and 45
for a
headline.
Okay.
Yeah. So having that in your pocket, I would think being able to do up to 45 minutes, and when you're at that point in time to commit and able to travel, then I think it might be worth the cost of the membership.
Well,
when
you
you're
know what?
truly ready to rock and roll.
It's interesting that it would be nice if we had an official comedy club again here. I have an idea. I just got to get it.
What do you have an idea for?
Spearmint Rhino.
Wow, chicken.
No, the Spearmint Rhino building, because the top floor should be the comedy club, and you get a brewery to come in downstairs.
Oh, Nicolina Nix, I think you've got something.
So,
all right, brewmasters.
Yeah, if we could,
come on now.
If we could get a local brewery to come in downstairs,
that'd be fun. You know what else? Bert's has an upstairs room.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bert's Tiki Lounge.
But that's kind of what I was thinking, because it would be the comedy club. It would be an actual.
That is a cool building.
And the location is right off the freeway.
And a great name, because you see the name.
It's
every time
not in a neighborhood. It's not. It's not.
You have to change it though. That's a franchise name.
No. Change the name exactly. But you.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it the Spearmint Rhino.
Oh heck no!
I was thinking about calling.
It's empty. It's empty.
I want to call it Wanging It.
Winging it?
Wanging It.
Oh my God!
Because you're kind of winging it when you get up there sometimes, you know.
But
then there is a restaurant. It's called Winging It, but it's for chicken wings. But I was sitting there thinking Winging It, or Club Pain, because you got to laugh so hard till you earn pain. I'm just thinking, I've thought about this. I've been kind of thinking about this. If I could figure out how to get the funding for it, I think we'd have an awesome place. It's a great local area. It's right in the middle of town.
It's just sitting there.
And it's freaking sitting there.
Just sitting there for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the owners would be...
I drive past it all the time.
I'm wondering if whoever's holding the property
My Estison
would be willing to, at least just rent it out.
This is the only thing.
I wonder how dirty it is.
No, what happened...
for events.
Club.
Let me tell you what happened.
I know.
It's got to be burned.
No, but I meant as far as ready.
No, what happened was, not this year, not last year, but 2015, a fire. When I was thinking about doing it, a fire broke out in there. So I'm wondering what it looks like inside right now.
Oh, it's probably
what kind of work you got? How big of a fire was it? But now that's why it's fenced off and people can't get to it, because before it wasn't fenced off. And so I would like to see the inside of it to kind of determine, what are we really looking at?
Tears.
I mean,
exactly.
But no, what are you really looking at? How bad was the fire? Is it just, how bad? How bad was it?
You know what building I would like to see? I would like to go in and do a nice variety show. A nice variety show full of comedy, of course, but with some music. Is where they did the taping for the after party. I love that
Wool
theater.
Warehouse.
It's big enough.
Oh, the Wool Warehouse that's a great venue.
The Zimkees
It's a great venue. It's big enough if we did
Pauline
enough
Hyder
promotion.
actually used to own it.
Enough promotion, not talking about a weekly thing, but like a monthly maybe, or quarterly thing. Do a nice big show.
I think quarterly you might be able to do it at the Wool Warehouse, because you got to figure out cost of what it would be to rent
Once you deliver a great, tight, wonderful show, people will talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you got to.
Hey, we did clown camp in Wool Warehouse.
Ooh. You guys had your own show.
We did yesterday. Yesterday, yes, we did.
It was fun. Was that?
It was good. It was a good show. It was.
It was all right. It was a good start.
I like that spot.
My thing about it was that I thought we were going to be inside, so I dressed a little bit layered.
Oh.
I was freaking roasting.
It was so hot.
I would have totally come out differently had I known we were going to end up outside. So, if we do another show, which she's interested in doing another show. If we do another show there, then definitely I know how to dress. I know how to dress differently. That was my only
Ghost Wolf. Beautiful.
It was.
She's thinking September, October.
So September, October, and the thing is, I think it is a good venue, and the idea of Dirty Girls comedy originally was going to be, for me, it was going to be, I'm going to just say Dirty Girl comedy, because it was as a producer, because I wanted to produce female comedians as well as musical acts and things like that. And then Judith got in with me, and she definitely helped me run with it. And she found the venue.
It was it's not a typical venue.
It was not
a typical venue. And I was talking with the owner of the gallery, and I said, this is what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. I mentioned what we were going to do. And I said, we're going to go out, we're going to find a venue and just do it. Offer it. Just do it here. I was like, it's a gallery.
And I want to do...
It's a gallery. She said, why not? I said, I don't think we don't do comedy. People don't do comedy, and that was refreshing.
You should do it.
Exactly.
And that's the whole thing is with this, is the idea of it is that one of us would host, alternating kind of thing, mm-hmm. and bring in, the other person would do a set, we'd bring in another comedian, and some music.
Nicely done.
That's kind of my process of thinking, because I kind of wanted to bring in both. Because I like Red Door. I love Red Door because I have a better chance of getting a better response to what I'm saying on stage.
They're listening to us there.
Because they're not comedians just there to practice their own art. They're listening to what we have to say. So, I like that. And that's kind of what gave me the idea, was going to Red Door, was sitting there going, because you could get up there and you could do one of you could host, one of you, the other one does a set, you get another comedian in there, and a musician.
Show.
You have a tight hour and 15 minutes max.
Leave them wanting more.
Right. An hour and 15 minutes max, and you can just work your way through it. What do you think, Mary Byrd?
Do it. You already are.
We already are.
Isn't that amazing that you
we started
doing it?
With all the, the bumps. But that's how it goes.
Right.
It's a learning.
Sure, it's definitely a learning curve. I accidentally ordered.
I love your new studio.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
I've been here for a while.
You have not been here, and so when you were ahead, it's like, don't go back there, it's messy. And then I said, oh shit, she hasn't been here to the new studio.
It is gorgeous.
This was actually a junk room, so for a while, and this actually used to be Amber's room when I first bought the house. This was Amber's bedroom, and that was always my bedroom, and that back there was my office. Well, now this is still my bedroom. That's Amber's bedroom, and then this kind of became a junk room.
Studio,
mm-hmm. And it's also my closet. Yeah, back there, it's my closet.
Every closet in my house is my closet.
And then
I like it that way.
And so I thought about, okay, I'm going to rearrange this because I'm going to because what I can do is I want to put the foam board up here that will block out the sound. I'll probably put something on this side of this door, some cork board. Oh. It'll cork board on the door will block out sound. But other than that,
very cool.
I
like it.
It worked out really well. Of course, I get to put up my horror memorabilia up, and please feel free to chocolate. And of course, some of this stuff is part of my. I did put a battery in here, guys. Look.
Oh, she's got the alien.
That's and then of course I have my I Love Me wall, which, like I said, there's still more stuff that has to go up.
We all need reminders that we are badasses.
We are. We absolutely are. And I have two. I have another one that has to go up there that has Bluebird, my little Bluebird envelope. Oh, that has to go up there. The Blue Bellas, that's the one. Yeah. I'm kind of redone the background, so the Blue Bella it'll have it has the Blue Bellas on it with everybody's name on it. Then it has my bio that you posted, and then it has a picture of all of us girls at the end of the show, and then of course it'll have $5 from. That's still in the envelope, because I tried, because it's that gratitude thing. It's a little bit of a gratitude representation of. I'm very grateful that Mary Byrd gave me my first opportunity at doing an actual show, and I'm grateful for every show you've booked me on. So I tried to kind of keep something to remember that by, and definitely even my money. That was the first $20 I made. From Mary Byrd. It was official, my first $20. And
I spent buying. I'm sorry, I'm not so sentimental.
Well, it's not, for me, it's not so much about being sentimental. It's like, kind of like when you're a business, the first dollar that you make should always go up in a frame. You've seen that, right? You've seen businesses where you walk in and there's $1 in a frame. That is their first dollar they made. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit of an Asian tradition philosophy of, it's that gratitude of,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this. I am so honored, And I've always been honored to be a part of Mary Byrd's shows.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Again, I mean, you are, for Albuquerque, you are my comedic hero here because I watch
raise the bar, girl. There's so much good stuff on it.
No, I mean, I think for as women of comedy, you're definitely the person that you are my bar kind of thing to get there.
Wow.
Because you do so much, you are involved so much in the community, and you're always out there. You're always plugging, and you're practicing. You're plugging yourself. You're practicing. You're doing your shows. You're doing your gigs.
Plug other people too.
You do, and and I am absolutely
I think that's important to me.
Always there. When I'm on a show, I plug my shows. I definitely do. I always plug my shows.
I'm always amazed at the comics who don't.
And I do. I sit back and I watch. We would have so much of a better turnout if we were all doing it.
Alas, you are speaking to the choir.
You know what? It is very funny. The show that the guy that offered me the show in New York, and it's funny. He says, if you can bring 5 people, he says it's a paid. No, he says it's a paid gig.
It's okay if you can bring 5 people.
But to book you, it's a paid gig. To book you, it's can you bring 5 people? And it's like absolutely, but it's a paid gig. So as well. So it was kind of cool to kind of hear that. And I said, well, I'm in New Mexico. He goes, God, I thought you were here. And I said, dude, crap, I'd drive up there just to hang out with you. Just to say I went to New York and did a show,
It's fun.
There's
now. Just like I went to Brooklyn, saw Sarah Kennedy.
Hattie Hayes is in Phoenix. Do you know who Hattie Hayes is?
No.
She used to do a Monday night women comedy night.
Oh, cool.
In Arizona. And I still see her do that. And I was sitting there, because I kind of tagged you guys and I went road trip, but this has been a while since I've seen it. I tagged you guys, we should do a road trip, ladies.
Oh, that'd be fun.
To do a women comedy night in Phoenix.
It would be fun. It's not that far.
No, it's not. No,
Denver.
I just went to go see my baby there. And
yes,
it's a 6-hour drive. It's not bad at all. And
it is.
Denver is about 6 hours too.
No, it's 8.
So 8. Okay.
Depends on how fast you drive.
Well, to Denver,
basically from Pueblo to Fort Collins, it's one giant traffic.
Yeah.
It is. It can be horrific.
So you can get into Colorado in 6 hours, and not into the city. I said the border. Like a make a run for the border.
Make a run for the border.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's just like, what do you?
Yeah.
Right now, where I'm at right now, it's like, why not? Why not do it? Why not take the opportunity? Mm-hmm. Why not? I got time on my hands. I still got 3 more months, before I really have to panic.
There will be no panicking.
I'm not panicking. You know what? The right thing is going to come. I mean, I'm kind of doing a little bit of like online schooling stuff. I mean, I'm looking for a job, but hopefully by the end of what I'm doing, I'll be certified as a life coach.
Oh, awesome!
Nice. That's kind of a goal for me. I think I could do it really well. I've heard it several times. It's kind of like when people think, you're funny, you should be a comedian. It's like, okay. After a while, you got to start hearing that,
Yeah. So, Mary, next steps for you. What are your goals for the next year? Do you have it? I mean, do you have a vision that you want to share, or a place you want to go, or?
Well, I'm getting out of town.
I heard about the Portland, but this time next year, sitting here.
You did your picture with the suitcase and you're traveling.
I did, and that is a tradition. I mean, we should all do that on the new year.
I'm thinking I should start doing that.
Picture.
I think we should have it already packed.
I'm hoping to go to Vegas in like October.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego. I will be dancing down Main Street in Disneyland with my sister and all her jazzercise crazy.
Oh yeah, that's
friends.
right. You did that last year.
But I might tack the day on before or after and try and do a show out in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Cora and I have put LA on our list for next year.
So that's on this time next year.
This time next year we will be
LA.
back. Because she knows a bunch of people. I am meeting more and more people.
Can I join you?
Yeah.
Work on it.
I'm working on it.
Go to open mic at least 3 times a month.
3 times a month. I do go 3 times a month, actually. I have been going 3 times a
I'll
month.
be checking your attendance.
Okay.
Well, Bryn is out at Groundlings.
I would probably...
Is at Groundlings.
Cool.
Bryn Moody is part of Groundlings. That was her goal.
Kelly,
That was her goal, and she's part of
And
Groundlings.
she made it.
She did. I was so proud of her.
Kelly Spillman.
Oh, she's delightful. She came through.
She is always doing stuff. You know, my friend Chandler is doing stuff. My friend that came out. And you didn't get to make that
all
show.
Of our friends.
We can find something.
But we could do a week in LA.
We could.
Yeah, no, but Bryn definitely. She got into Groundlings. I was so tickled.
We could do the Crispy Show on a Monday.
Well, and you can do the comedy club. That's not
Comedy Store.
Comedy Store, yes.
Comedy Store.
It's
Michael Jordan. She said Michael
you're
Jordan
probably connected to the Comedy Store.
Maybe.
I was actually just reading. I just was actually reading a story on the Comedy Store.
Huh.
Oh,
about the mansion.
Uh-oh.
There was the person who ran the Comedy Store, runs the Comedy Store. There was a house that people would come in and they'd live in, blah blah blah. There, so Jim Carrey, Andrew Dice Clay, and a lot of talent and comedian Steve Martin.
I'm pretty sure Steve went through the Comedy Store.
Coolness.
But these people lived in this house that was kind of above the Comedy Store. It was like a mansion kind of thing up there.
Sounds like a winner, man.
Can we go during Lakers season so I can, go to a Lakers game?
I'm a Golden State girl myself.
I just want to go to a Lakers game.
You like the colors, don't you?
I have nothing to do with the colors. Life goals.
So this time next year, you're going to be talking about LA.
And a whole bunch of other places that I've gone because I expect to be booking more casinos in the region and more out of state stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Portland for sure is coming up in a few weeks.
It's in September. Denver at the end of September. I will be there with Ann Cora and Lucas Corvada with Amy Barbie. So I am booked on that show. You'll meet Amy is coming down here. Amy Barbie from Denver will be here for the birthday show, for the August birthday show.
Nice.
Okay.
Along with Kendra Brand and Holly Byrd. Judith and Nicolina, and Cora, Colby Garcia, Ariana. Yes. She is so funny.
She's
Don
funny.
Sherry.
Don Sherry. That's right.
So it'll be loaded, but we'll be going through a fast and furious after party in my house.
Awesome. Anne is actually going to be here not next weekend, but the weekend after, on the 13th.
Excellent. I believe she is opening for Jamie Loftus this evening at
she
Bozzi
is.
Brothers.
I saw that. I did see that.
Sure is. She's opening.
Joe Casada and Jason Green is hosting. One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
We're still, we're starting to get a name for one of the friendliest scenes, even though we don't have a comedy show
Club, right?
What Danger, Kavaros, and Jason Green did for 10 months, it helped us all.
Mm-hmm.
It gave out
It helped us all, because people were like, hey, wait a minute.
word of mouth.
We can come to Albuquerque.
Right.
I don't have to drive through the night to go to where it's like
We can stop and perform.
Even without that club, the community is like, we do have shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have some shows and we have some other opportunities.
My key is like, when my daughter eventually moves out, I'll have an extra room.
Just,
right now I have a couch.
Change the locks, girl.
Right now I have a couch.
I liked it. I described Albuquerque as a vibrant comedy community. It's vibrant.
It is.
It's vibrant. It's always something going on. Sometimes many things in one night.
And that's good for us. good to
Yeah.
have choices. It's good that people are looking for comedy in Albuquerque.
It's a good reputation
yes,
to
it's
have.
like, you know what? There is stuff going on. There is. I love comedy. It's like, well, check out albuquerquecomedy.com.
I always refer people
Go
to Albuquerque
Facebook,
Comedy.
Facebook Albuquerque Comedy or Albuquerque stand-up bands, because the producers have gotten very good at actually telling people they've got a show.
I think it would be nice if we did kind of have somebody that kind of like did the producing for all of us, all our shows kind of thing. And we do have Albuquerque Comedy, but
remember that we're not really...
We're not big city.
We're a big city.
We're a city, but we're not big city. Does that make sense?
I don't know. We're big enough. Vast talent
You know
in
what?
this town, from comedians to improvisers
Right.
to musicians to actors.
It's rich in talent
It
here.
is very
Yeah, we're rich in town.
talent.
We're an artistic community. We are. New Mexico has always been.
I love it here.
You know, it's kind of silly, but you know, New Mexico got nationally ranked in the brewery business, like one of the top whatever cities to come to for
Heck
brewery.
yeah.
So why not pair? The comedy is always in the brewery, much to my chagrin. It's where it belongs. I'm just not a beer drinker. That's just a personal problem. That's not a national problem or a state problem. But that it's ideal that we've been ranked that way. And then when I would like to see some kind of, and it'd be very informal, but kind of effort made during Balloon Fiesta, because we have so many visitors here to try and get some comedy out in the community.
No, we have
During the
tried
evenings.
many,
Of course, not the
times.
daytime, because, you know.
But what we have found in the 7 years that we have tried to do something during Balloon Fiesta, the lunatics like to sleep.
Well, they get
They
out
got
of
up
the
at 4. They got up at 4 in the morning.
They would need a show at like 5:30.
They need a 5:30
show.
Which doesn't
Their
mean
dinner.
that it can't be done, but we have studied it, and we need to do something because
They're
we have an
here.
extra million people in town.
Right.
There's
We should
money.
do something.
My house is already, everybody's got a side hustle, right? And I got 2 jobs, and I got a side hustle here and there, and every once in a while I do make a little something from the comedy. But, so that's like my second, third. I've got my house on Airbnb. So I rent out a bedroom. I'm already booked. My 2 weekends for Balloon Fiesta have already been booked. The in-between days will probably get booked in the next few weeks.
Wow.
And if I did my whole house, I'd probably make more, but I really don't have a place to go stay. But what's fun about hosting Balloon Fiesta people is they're up at 4 in the morning and gone. I had one guy, a photographer, check
You have
in.
your house to your whole house to this yourself.
Well, yeah. I had one man check in at midnight. I let him in at midnight. He's a photographer flying from the East Coast. And, when you come from the East Coast,
You're tired.
well, yeah. But he got here at midnight. And I got up at 4 a.m. to go catch the balloons. And he checked out at 4 a.m. So I got paid for room rental for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah,
I don't even think the towels were wet, but it's okay. I wash them anyway. I always wash everything. But the people are here. Like maybe like a 5:30 show, something somewhere, like early because they are up. And it would be kind of cool if the days they get grounded.
We need more open air comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, being able to do things like the fair. With it, so hey, it's open air. It's open air. Are you funny without
being offensive?
Being vulgar.
Yeah, and
that's where starting off as a family style comedian, because my son was only 7, is an advantage to me because I can do the fair. I can do Balloon Fiesta. Yeah. I have plenty of things to talk about that don't involve my genitalia.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, me too.
And plenty of things that I can talk about that are funny.
Yeah, current events is more than fun right now. Oh, it's like a low-hanging fruit, let me tell you. So
Nicolina has a vast thing of chocolate here, and I'm just digging through it.
It came from my job that I provided for my employees.
Yeah. Chocolate is one of the food groups. I'm just, no, thank you. Yeah.
Shame on you.
It's dark chocolate, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good for your digestive system.
They don't make Twixt in dark chocolate, and that's what I'm eating.
Yeah.
They don't. Hey, do we have anybody listening?
It tells me at the end.
Oh, hope we did.
So cool. We're waiting to hear about LA. That'll be your official goal for the year, along with some Portland fun, and of course always Denver.
Just out
And
Phoenix.
Phoenix, I got to make the break to Phoenix.
And I want to go to Austin. I have some great friends who
It's a fun
live
city.
in Austin. It's a big music town, but it's got a bunch of.
I got friends in Austin.
Do you have friends in Austin? Did you tell them to go dancing to Red Light Cameras tonight in Austin? I did, because
I'm bad. I did
they're
not.
my friends too.
Yeah. Oh no, they're amazing. They're such a fun.
I'm a dancing group.
Talented as well. So getting ready to have the birthday. It's like the League of Leos in here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. August is coming, baby. You've been warned.
Yeah, here comes the roar.
Same time every year.
That's right.
Mm.
Hey, it's one of the awesome months that doesn't have on a holiday that they don't have an excuse not to buy you a nice birthday present.
Seriously.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
No excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, if you think about it, it really does. It's one of the few months that actually have a holiday that will take away, that requires money. Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, all that stuff requires money because we're doing stuff. In August, there is no major holiday for you not to buy us
a
a
fair number of people who celebrate back to school.
freaking
Yeah,
fantastic.
silly, stupid. Yeah, that's what happened to me. We were always buying children's clothing and books and things. You know what I mean? Notebooks and things. I always got caught in that. So yeah.
Now, I finally caught on. My son, the first 3 years of school, we'd always get clothes in August, right before school. He would grow in October. And I don't mean just a little bit. I am like 3 inches. Like, oh my God. We finally caught on. It's like, yeah, you'll get clothes over Halloween.
Yeah. I used
You will
to.
have grown and you can wear those for like 8-9 months.
My girls, I would start back to school shopping in maybe May, June. Kind of hit some of the clearance racks they would be a little sooner too. Put them on layaway when I was really poor at the Walmart, whatever. And that would give me all summer to pay them off. And I would buy them a size or two bigger. My girls were kind of like long and lean. A lot of them were. Later on it changed, but it was like long and lean. So I would buy them, bigger, put them on layaway and go and bail them out in August and make the payments on it, whatever. But it was always, that was like the mission. I would start the mission.
You gotta have new clothes, new outfit for first day of school.
First day of school. Yeah, I always try and have a new outfit for the first day of school since I work in the school.
Right?
Like, if I have to go back to work,
I
need
need
me have a new
clothes.
pair of pants. This year the pants aren't fitting, so yeah, that's why no chocolate for me. No. I'm cleaning up my act. I've had too much fun. I've had too much good food for the last few months. It was fun while it lasted. It's cool. It's okay. It's all right. I had my fun, and now the party's over.
Uh-oh.
But it's all good. It's like I always, when you work in, my second job is in spandex. You can't hide much.
Oh, true.
No, you can't go into work and tuck it into your spandex and hide it. No, it's all there. She's the trainer? Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. Yeah. So anyway, day of reckoning. So good stuff. We're getting ready to. School starts in 2 weeks. You don't have to worry about that. When does college start for your son? Is he going back?
He is going to go online.
Okay. So he's home then?
He is not at my home.
Okay.
No, he
God.
is living with his dad. We had a wonderful heart-to-heart discussion. It's like, Mama needs a boyfriend. Oh! Now, I know all other people are like, Mary had a conversation. It's like, I didn't say anything like, I gotta need a dick in or anything. But I said, Mama needs a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I wouldn't expect
visit.
that conversation from you, Mary. No.
You can come visit. You may live somewhere else.
All right. It's
And
Daddy's
love you
turn.
all the time.
So you have hot prospects for the boyfriend thing?
Hope springs eternal. But I have a new strategy.
Uh-huh.
If I go on a first date, I'm just going to tell them I love them and first date and see where it goes from there.
If they're still there for the second date, then you're going pretty damn
Then
well.
we're going.
Hey,
That's
speaking
my
of
new
dates, I had somebody message me. No picture. Typical. No, my pet peeve. No picture. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? Yeah, I'll meet you. And then, of course, it starts getting into the questions of, so what's your race? I said, not a very fast one. And then he says, I like brown. I said, well, then I'm the wrong person.
Oh.
I like Asian or brown. I'm still the wrong person. What color are you? Well, right now I'm kind of ashy. I said,
you.
Dude, come on, we're done. We're done here. Because, you know, we're done. It doesn't matter. You obviously really didn't look at my profile because you would see that I'm blonde haired. I have brown eyes and ashy white skin, you know, pasty white skin. You know, if I got lost in the dark forest, you'd freaking find me. So, but yeah, you know, it's like, are you serious?
There's a wonderful man out there who is supportive and confident. That's what they need.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Well, you know, here's the thing. It's like, it's kind of like I say. For me, I got goals for myself. And once those goals are in place, the rest will follow for me.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not in a hurry. And I'm not like looking for anybody to be in my life. I just believe that if somebody came into my life at this moment in time, all I want to achieve right now will take a back burner. Because that's my personality.
Okay, I understand.
So, I have to get where I need to be for me.
First.
And it's for me first. So, but our show, your absolutely happy birthday show,
Yes.
is
Friday, August
11th. Be there.
Be there or be
Oh,
square.
Funny females.
Be there. Be sure to be out
Be
there.
there on time because it's going to be an amazing show. You won't want to miss a minute of it, and you want the good seats because that room can hold 80.
The amazing talent of all the women in the comedic area, in the comedic world of Albuquerque, New Mexico, as well as some out-of-town guests, and it'll be awesome. So come out, come see us, and thank you
Go
again.
see Don't Pretend You're Normal.
Don't
It
pretend
is
you're normal.
hilarious.
That's right. It's in August. August what? 4th?
They have shows the 12th and the 19th.
Okay, 12th and 19th.
It's already ended. There's others on the
I'm
schedule.
going to have to try and make at least the 12th.
As a host in September.
Okay, then maybe I'm going to come see it in September because I'm a Mary Byrd fan.
Oh, bless
You know, in August, 19th, I think I'm having a birthday party, but I'm not really sure myself.
I'll be at the Zephyr Lounge on the 19th,
I know.
but I will be sending you love.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming and sharing this evening with us. And
Thank you.
some
I'm
wine.
honored to be here in your new studio.
My new studio.
It's only new to me.
It really is. It's still new because it's still a work in progress. So
awesome.
The back of the house was a little too noisy with dogs, so I had to.
I miss the kittens.
Make a decision. I know they all have homes. They all have homes, and there will be no more. She has been fixed. So
she was never broken.
But no,
she can't have no more kitties.
You guys are listening to Women, Wit, and Wine. Be here next week, Dr. David Lay, to talk about ethical porn for dicks.
Lay sounds like appropriate name for that doctor.
So hopefully it'll be a great show. Be sure to listen, and we'll see you here soon. This is Nicolina Nix. You're listening to Women, Wit, and Wine, and have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.
Mary Byrd, Judith Edwards. Have a great night, guys.
Peace out.